Welcome to STROK'D, the art of mental stimulation, where we touch subjects at depths that most people aren't willing to go. Keep it really raw and honest, transparent, and oh yeah, don't hold back. And of course, you guys already know who you have on the mic with you today. You got D-Luv here with you. And you already know how I do it. I try to touch subjects at a healing and spiritual perspective and hit them in a way that anyone can receive the message. Hit it in such a simplistic way. We need healing in this world, man. We need healing. We need understanding. We need love. We need all these good things. And most importantly, we need God. He is the orchestrator. And when I get on this mic, man, I just let him speak through me. So who knows the message that's going to come out today. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I don't know what streaming platform you're listening on, but if you can hit that subscribe button, if you're on like YouTube or something like that, you can also hit that like button as well, because we about to get to it. You already know what time it is, man. I appreciate all of the love I've been receiving lately. It is much received and much appreciated. Much love. You already know what's about to happen to you. It's time to get stroked up. What's up, everybody? What's going on with you guys today, man? I hope your day is beautiful. I hope your day is amazing. And just like the vibe for five, if it's not amazing, we already know what to do, man. We're going to take that hit, we're going to regroup, and we're going to keep it moving. And that is kind of what this episode is about today. This episode is about, how I always say that on Vibe for Five, and I make it sound so easy. And it's like, man, that seems like something that takes 3-5 seconds or something like that. But when you actually feel in those situations and you're actually inside of those situations, it's not that easy, man. So today's episode is called The Unbreakable Spirit. Silencing the noise and forging ahead, man. Forging ahead, because we're built like that. God built you like that. I don't care what you're going through in your life. I don't care what adversities that, that come before you. You're built for it. You're built for it, or you wouldn't be the one enduring it. I promise you, you're built for it. I don't care if you could be at the lowest point of your life. I don't care if you're homeless. I don't care if you lost your family. I don't care if no one's in your corner. I don't care about any of these things. You're built for this, and you can transform. You can have a rebirth. There is a new day, and it's all up to you. It is all up to you. And sometimes what happens is, we get caught up in the noise. People all around us are talking about us, gossiping about us, even the ones you love, your family. In your face, they're supporting you. They're saying all these good and great things. But when you're not around, these conversations, they turn dark. They turn to disbelief. They keep doing that over and over. It turns to they'll never change. It turns to all these things. And sometimes they say it right to your face. The friends, family, the world. You guys been on social media. But we can't let these things get to us, man. We can't let these things get to us. We have to learn to quiet the noise. We can't get caught up in this world and all this stuff just swirling around our head and all these thoughts, and it's paralyzing us. I don't care. You can get up from anything. You can be a bad father. You can turn that around. You can be a bad mother. You can turn it around. You can be on drugs. You can turn it around. You can't let people's depiction of you define you. You define you. At any moment, you can say, I want to change. At any moment, you can take a step to change. And what happens is we're looking at the larger scale. We're looking at the bigger picture. You see the end result, and it makes it seem like it's so hard. Oh, my God, it's so hard. But really, you just need to pay attention to that first step. That first step, man. That first step. I don't care if you land on the floor. The next step is get on your knees. Your next step is get on your knees. And then when you get on your knees, the next step is to propel yourself up to a standing position. Like one step at a time. One step at a time. I know, these adversities you're dealing with, and you're like, how could you even know what I'm going through? You've never been through these things. Some of these things, I don't know what you're going through. Some of these things I would never go through, but I know the formula is still the same, man. You got to start. You got to take a step. And you might look at all the resources you don't have and all the tools you don't have and all the people you don't have in your corner. A lot of times we just have to start with us. We just have to start with ourselves, man. Sometimes it's just going to be all you. And sometimes that's all you need. That is all you need. You need yourself. Because when it gets to a point where you go in life and what happens in your life is determined about who's around you and who's supporting you, your growth will always be stifled. Always be stifled. Because a lot of times people being around is determined by their need for you. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, Most people are self-absorbed. We think about what's best for us at the time. Like I always say, we're living in our own movie. And sometimes we don't even realize that we're doing it. So it starts with you, man. Take that first step. If you're not in your kid's life, your first step would be, what is the thing that's stopping me from being there? My ego. I don't have enough money. I don't have this or that. I'm in a bad, dark place. So you got to take the step. If you're in a bad, dark place, what do? Go seek therapy. Go seek help. Get your journal and start writing. If you don't have enough money, come up with a plan. Like a lot of us, when it comes to money, it's the ego. We don't want to start at a certain place. I've seen people who've had opportunities to have a job or situation, but that job was beneath them. That job was beneath them. They didn't want to start at McDonald's. They didn't want to start at Chick-fil-A. They had a name to uphold. Before, once upon a time in my life, I was held up so high. So, people be laughing at me. People will be cracking jokes about me. They'll be talking about me behind my back. They're doing it already. And I'm not talking to you from a position or a place that I've never been. I do things quietly. I move in silence, when I'm doing my thing. When I'm alone, I get in that zone. I move in silence. I've started back at the bottom. Trust me. You can't tell me about starting back at the bottom. When you actually see me, come have a real conversation with me, man. I've jumped back into going into fast food and all that and saving my money up and moving to the next step and the next step. Nothing is beneath me. Nothing is beneath me, man. And you have to, you have to get on that same wave. You have to do what you have to do. Set a timeline for yourself. Set a goal for yourself. Hey, I'm going to do this for 2 weeks till I get the money to do this. And I'm going to do this for 2 months until I get the money to do this. I don't care if you're homeless. I don't care if you are a panhandler. I'm going to get off these streets. Guess what I'm going to do today? I'm going to get on these streets and I'm going to panhandle till I get this amount of money. And then I'm going to go online and I'm going to research opportunities that require only $100 to start. And then I'm going to take that money that I made from panhandling and I'm going to take that money and I'm going to put it into one of those opportunities. And I'm going to buy this product or whatever. And then next time, instead of panhandling and asking for money, I'm going to have a product to sell. And I'm going to have a story to tell. Transparency and honesty will get you a long way. Don't be afraid to tell people about your journey. What are you embarrassed about? Just because you can't see their suffering? Just because you can't see their struggle? Everybody's going through it, so that's why I really don't know why people sit around gossiping and discussing other people's fall from grace in their eyes. Everybody's going through something, and if you aren't going through anything, your time is coming, especially if you're that type of person that's judging other people. It's coming. You're going to be tested as well. God has a way of humbling us. So I just want you to know that you're never in a place where you can't get up and you can't continue to move forward. Never. I don't care what goal you have in your head. You can be at the bottom and say, hey, I want to be a doctor. And that's all you think about, and that's in your spirit. You could do what it takes, man. That means you got to go to medical school. And you got to think about how many years that's going to take. You got to think about how much time you got to spend studying. I don't care if you're 50 years old. I don't care if you're 60 years old. Don't let other people define your merit, your narrative. I can't get it out. Sorry. There was a burp in there. Man, it's all about you. Whatever God's putting inside of you, the more time you're sitting there thinking about what people will say, the more time you're sitting there about, what you could do, and you're just thinking, and you're getting caught in that spiral of thoughts, you could be taking that action to do whatever you need to do to get to the goal that you want to get to. I don't care if you are a bad mother and your kids are messed up because of this or whatever. You can change your life right then and there. It's not going to be easy. That's the thing. We want things to be quick. We want instant gratification, and we want things to be easy. You're going to have to take the steps. You're going to have to take the steps. You're going to have to go to parenting classes or something. You're going to have to go, do things that you never wanted to do before. Because you're already in pain, so you don't want to do anything else that put extra work on you, extra stress. But that's what it starts with. And guess what happened? When God see you putting in that work, when God see you truly working and he see you pushing forward and you got your eyes on the prize and God is the prize, man, do you know how much he's going to help you? Do you know how much he's going to catapult you? You know how many times he's going to put people in your life that's meant to be in your life to help you move forward even faster? Oh, man, I'm by myself. I'm doing this by myself. I have no help. That's because you're looking at the people that's around you. You have expectations of the people that's in front of you, the people that's probably talking about you. You don't see that stranger that God has posted up 100 feet away, waiting on you to make the move you're supposed to make to get to that space that you're supposed to get to where that person is supposed to enter your life. You don't know these things. Like I said, we're concentrated on, the bigger picture, but we're getting caught up in our circumstance that's around us. The circumstances that are around us. So don't look so far ahead to the end game. You'll get discombobulated. You'll think it's a lot of work. Look at what's in front of you. Concentrate on taking the steps that you can take at that moment. Quiet the noise. You have to have tunnel vision. You can come up out of that hole, man. You can come up out of the hole, and one day it will be your testimony. It will be your story. Don't let people define you. You could be on drugs. They don't know what made you go there. They don't know what made you fall from grace. They don't know the darkness that's inside of you. They don't know if somebody laced you. You know, a lot of people don't know the stories behind how these people get in these situations that they get in. They only see judgment. You know, they only see what's in front of them at the moment. And judging other people just make them feel better about themselves. So you can't get caught up in that. Number one, you have to realize people are going to always talk about you, whether you're doing good or whether you're doing bad in their opinion. They're going to always talk about you. Because when you're doing good, they're going to say it's not good enough and what they could do better. And when you're doing bad, they're going to say, how did they let that happen to them? So once you put in your head, they're going to always talk. These things are going to always happen. Then you can move forward because now you're becoming numb to it. You're accustomed to it, but you're not letting it define you. You're not saying, they're saying I'm not nothing, I'm never going to be anything, so therefore I'm not going to be anything. You're giving them too much power. You're saying that these people are your God, number one, and they don't have that power. It's all within you. So all you have to do is take that step you have to take, man. Get up. Rise up. It's your time. God has not given up on you. You are not any less of God's child than anyone else. He created you. He sees your struggle. This could be your test. You know, this test is coming around over and over and over. And would you believe that when these tests are coming around over and over and over, when you finally pass them and you move up to the next level, you feel it. You feel it, man. I'm transparent and I get on this mic and I've talked to you guys about my struggle with pride. Man, I had to breathe on that one. My struggle with pride. And it's still there, man. It still shows its head at times, but I've gotten so much better and I've been feeling so good because I've been passing that pride test. I know how it feels to have that pride so big that, you know, you want to be this in the face of everybody and they're not going to know this about me and, you know, they're not going to do this and they're not going to say this about me. They're still going to talk. So you got to pass that test, whatever that test is, man. Whatever it is, you got to get up. You know what your test is. You know what your test is. You know what that thing is that every time it comes around, you say you're going to do better, but when it comes around, you fail at it. And failure is just a lesson. It's not the end. Failure is just a lesson. It's not the end. So, you know, I probably had the pride test over my entire life. I'm 38 now. My entire life I had the pride test, and I really, truly feel this is the first year of my life that I actually passed it. I actually understand it. I actually had to take myself outside of this world and realize who I really am and what this really is. Like I said over and over again, man, we having a human experience, but we're really energy. You're just a spirit that dwells inside the body. And once you realize that and like take yourself outside of yourself and stand outside of yourself and look at this as if you're in a movie. You know, you have to get that far sometimes. You have to go that deep. Stand outside of it as if you're in a movie, man. You really realize all this stuff around here, none of this really doesn't exist. Perception is in your mind. Perception is in that other person's mind. So whatever values and morals and all that stuff that was put into them growing up, that's how they perceive and that's how they think. So you can't let them define you because that's not your perception. You know who you are. You know deep down inside. You know what you want to be. I know you're hurting. I know it's painful. I know it's hard when you're by yourself and you're in that darkness and no one understands. And they're just looking at you sitting there. And then you're getting angry because no one's reaching out and helping you. And you're getting angry because, you know, no one's extending a hand. So then you just get this resentment built up. And for what? Because it was never anyone's job to do these things. Not your mother, not your father, not your brother, not your sister. No one's job to do these things, man. So you have to get up and get it yourself. You have to, man. You have to get up and get yourself. Be an example in this world. Your story can touch a lot of people. It is not over for you. And you, like I always tell people, they think I'm playing. Don't be afraid to hit me up. You can hit that DM. You can come talk to me. I just showed everybody the other day, you know, I have my new life coaching business that's coming about, man. You know, I'm very ecstatic about that. So this is my purpose. This is my purpose. So when I say you can talk to me, I mean that. You can talk to me. You know, I understand. I have the gift of discernment, the gift of understanding. So, you know, come talk to me, man. Let's talk. Hit me up. I'm never going to hold anyone back and say no. That's just not in me, man. That's God told me if I help people, I never want for anything. So that's just my role in life. I'm a healer. I help people. So come talk to me. None judgmental, whatever. I'm a realist, though. I am a realist. I'm going to give it to you like it is. I'm very blunt. I'm very raw. Because the more you hit it quickly, the faster you take it in, the faster you can get to work, man. So let's do these things. Let's heal so we can heal these kids. Let's heal these next generations. What do you think your kid is going to do when they see their mother or their father, whoever, getting it together, man? You can change it around. There is no end. I don't care. There is no end. You can have nothing. You can have $0. You can be at the bottom, whatever. There is no end. And there's people out here who will assist you, but you got to be willing to do it yourself. You got to be willing to get up there and take that step, man. Do it yourself. You got to humble yourself, you know. Go to a person and say, hey, man, I'm at the bottom. I don't have anything. I have nothing. But, I know what I'm capable of, and I'm striving for this. You'll be surprised how many people will be willing to help you out. And if they're not willing to help you out, oh, well, keep it pushing, man. Keep it pushing. We let this notoriety and all this stuff just get in our way. I know people who used to be like kingpins or whatever in neighborhoods, and they don't have the money they used to have back then. They don't have the things they used to have back then, and they, embarrassed by it. They're embarrassed by people who are not God judging them. Who cares? You're just stifling your growth, man. Clear the noise. Silence the noise. Silence the noise and keep moving forward, man. Keep pushing ahead. Your life is not over. We are on the clock. We're on the clock, but as long as you got breath in your body, your life is not over. You're here. There is a purpose for you. There is a place for you in this world. I don't care what you went through, man. I don't care. You could have been a person that abused someone, and everybody knows you as the abuser. And everyone says when he gets with women, he puts his hand on women. That's who you are. You can change right here, right now. Who cares if they put that scarlet letter on you? People don't define you. You can get down to the bottom of why do I do these things? Because it's a reason why you're doing it. It's some past traumas or something in your life that happened. It's a reason why you're doing it. It's a reason why you're lashing out. But you can take the steps to figure that out, to heal yourself, because you're in pain. You're in pain. You're lashing out. Everything in your mind is discombobulated. You don't understand. So, yeah, take the steps you have to take, man. You can't just sit there and dwell in it, play victim, make excuses. People don't know my life. People didn't grow up like I grew up. They didn't get it out the mud and all this other stuff you say. Man, it's time. I don't care what you did. You could be a murderer, and I'm going to go there. You can be a murderer. God's not judging, and God's grace is real. God's grace is real. Right? People are going to always have something to say about you. Even if you did those bad things and you changed your life, they still going to look at you as that person that did those things. That's just who they're going to define you as, man. That's what they do. So you can't let that hold you. You can't let that hold you. You can repent. You can change. You can move on. You can change your life. You may become a motivational speaker and talk to people about that raw passion that took over you that made you do the thing that you did. Or you can talk to people about the peer pressure that was put on you that made you commit that crime or whatever. Today is the day. God forgives for real. So it's nothing you can do. It's nothing you have done that you can't come back from, man. Don't let this world put that scarlet letter on you. You are God's child. You can always look in his way. You can always walk that path. And he's always willing to illuminate it. You just got to look for it. Look for God, and he's going to light it up for you, man. There is no end. There is no end. You're infinite. Your spirit will live on. So let's change today, man. That clock is ticking. You guys are beautiful, amazing souls. And, man, God will never give up on you. So don't give up on yourself. I think I did well today. I think I did good today, man. I didn't even hit 20. But, of course, I'm going to talk at the end, and I'm going to get up there. But, man, that was amazing. I enjoyed talking to you guys today, man. You guys know what to do. At Stroked, STROK'D _ the podcast. At Stroked, STROK'D _ the podcast. Go on social media and follow, man. It's a movement. It's a wave, man. It's a journey. It's a beautiful thing, man. Get up. Rise up. And, of course, you know what just happened to you. You just got stroked up. Bye.